Hey, my name is Poppy. I'm in the band called The Story Changes, and this is
Mark.
So we're going to do a little bit of tour tips today, kind of talk about things that you may or may not know while you're on the road. My main tip is when you're starting off and you're in a band and you kind of do your first set of shows, wherever they may be, drummers, first tip, make sure you're set up before you have to go on stage. And when you're done playing, do not ever break down your drums on stage. Always take them off the stage, break them down.
Rookie mistake.
Time is a crucial factor. So when you have 15-minute changeovers, always make sure they're broken down. This applies to everybody, but I see so many drummers try to break down their drums on stage, and I always go up and tell them that's a no-no. So that's tour tip 1 for me.
Everybody, obviously bring your cell phone, but do not ever overestimate or underestimate the power of bringing your cell phone charger with you everywhere you go. Your phone is going to die, and that is your only connection to the outside world. And if you're out for like a 2-month tour, the outside world is kind of what keeps you sane. So always bring a cell phone charger. That being said, do not overpack. Bring what you need. You don't need 2 weeks worth of clothes. You'll find time to do laundry. Bring a week's worth of clothes, plenty of socks and underwear. You can wear t-shirts and jeans 2 days, 3 days in a row. In some cases, 7 or 8 days in a row.
Yeah.
Those are my first 2 tips.
All right, so another thing is, like, when you're playing clubs, first time you've ever been to a club, meet the sound guy. He's your, if you don't have a front of house guy, and if this is your first or second tour, you won't have one, more than likely. So every night you go into a new venue, you meet a new sound guy, a new promoter. The thing that's really kept us going is we get in so well with the promoters or the sound guys, and they personally want to bring us back because we just have a great rapport with them. And if you treat your sound guy really well, he's going to make you sound good, and he can make you sound really bad too. So be respectful of him and his gear. Don't throw microphones down unless they're yours. Like, if it's not yours, don't trash it. It should be an unspoken thing, but from touring for 10 plus years, I've seen this happen too much. So sound guys are key. Get to know them and respect them very, very highly.
Stay healthy. I know it sounds no-brainer, but drink plenty of water on tour, especially if you're a singer. Drink as much water as you can. Take vitamins, wash your hands as often as you can. If someone does get sick, and someone will, don't put off taking them to like urgent care or a doctor or something. I know it's hard on the road, but the sooner you get them on antibiotics or whatever they need to get healthier, the less likely that everyone in your band is going to get sick, because you're living in a van in most cases, or even when you're on a bus, you're in closed quarters, you're in the same backstage room, and if somebody gets sick, chances are everyone's going to get sick within a couple days. One of the most important things I've learned in over a decade of touring is sometimes the littlest of arguments are not worth it on the road. When you're traveling with, in our case, 2 dudes and sometimes like a merch guy and a tour manager, but at most 4 people out with us. And a lot of times, like right now, just the 2 of us are on tour together. When you're traveling with just a light group of people, it's you're around each other all the time. You're in the van together or the bus together quite a bit. You're at the show together. You're always together at the hotel room together. You spend a lot of time with these people, and the smallest of arguments in the end is not worth blowing up at each other over nothing, and then no one wants to spend the whole day in the van not talking or something. So what we've learned is be respectful to each other, and we get along great. We've been in other bands and toured with lots of other bands and seen people argue and seen, kind of taken notes on how things work, and we've been a band for a decade now, and I think, the reason we get along so good is we've just learned how to not push each other's buttons.
Yeah, that kind of goes with everything. If you're on tour with other bands, same thing, have respect for the other people around you. It's really easy to be a little selfish, a little bit like, I want it my way, and honestly, like, all that does is turn into people talking about you behind your back, and people in your band are gonna like talk about you behind your back if you are the focus of everything. It's a band, it's a democracy, or it should be like a democracy. Like, everybody has a vote, everybody has a say in things, and if you're on a package tour, which he's getting ready to do, there are gonna be like 30 people on the tour easily. So you've got a lot of people to get along with every day. So yeah, getting the petty arguments, getting into them is just silly.
Arguing over where you're going to eat Taco Bell or
And
something.
it
Like,
happens.
it's not that important in the grand scheme of things.
No.
And, yeah.
If you're a band like us, where we typically do either hotels or stay with people, pillows, suitcases. I mean, pillows and sleeping bags are like crucial. Like, never ever go on tour without a sleeping bag unless you are in a bus. And then I even toured this
I
summer.
bring my sleeping bag
I brought my
on the
sleeping
bus all
bag
the time.
for the bus. That's my
Because
home.
it's mine, and I
Yeah,
know it's clean, and I know it's been
exactly.
for me.
Don't be a jerk. That's it. Don't be a jerk when you're on tour.
Yeah.
You're in-
Everything we've said comes down to do not be a jerk and bring yourself on.
You're in a band and you're getting to hopefully make money. You're probably losing money in the grand scheme of things, but you get to play music for 30 to 40 minutes a night and see the country and possibly the world, which we've got to do. So don't take that for granted. Like, we have a great job. Like, be respectful of that and be very appreciative of it. So just have a good, positive mental attitude.
PMA.
PMA.